Have you ever tried to be someone you're not? Maybe to impress others, or just for a bit of fun? Well, today we're rediving into a classic tale about a character who took that idea to a whole new level. This is the story of the donkey in the lion's skin, a timeless lesson about authenticity and the trouble with pretending. Once upon a time, in a peaceful green valley, lived a humble donkey. His days were pretty much the same, munching on sweet grass, carrying heavy loads for his master, and enjoying the warm sun. He was a good-hearted donkey, but he often felt, well, a little boring. He saw the majestic eagles soaring in the sky, the swift deer dashing through the forest, and he wished he could be something more, something grander. He dreamed of being feared and respected, not just seen as a simple beast of burden. One sunny afternoon, while wandering near the edge of a dense forest, the donkey stumbled upon something unusual lying in a clearing. It was a magnificent lion's skin, complete with a mane and a tail. A hunter had likely left it there to dry. The donkey's eyes widened. An audacious idea sparked in his mind. What if, he thought to himself, his heart thumping with a mix of fear and excitement, what if I put this on? Everyone would think I'm a lion. No one would dare bother me again. Carefully, he wriggled into the lion's skin. It was a bit clumsy, but he managed to pull it over his head and body. He looked at his reflection in a small puddle. The disguise was surprisingly effective. From a distance, he looked just like the king of the jungle. A thrill of power surged through him. He decided to test his new identity. He trotted back towards the village, his hooves clopping softly under the heavy hide. The first creature he encountered was a flock of sheep grazing peacefully. As he approached, one of the sheep looked up, saw the lion, and let out a terrified bleat. In an instant, the entire flock scattered in panic, running in every direction. The donkey felt a mischievous delight. It worked. He was powerful. He was feared. Feeling bolder, he continued his charade. He pranced through the fields, causing chaos wherever he went. Cows stampeded, goats scrambled for cover, and even the dogs that usually barked at him now whimpered and hid. The donkey had never felt so important in his entire life. He was no longer just a donkey. He was a terror, a king. He reveled in the panic he created, puffing out his chest under the lion's mane. He thought, this is the life. I'm finally someone to be reckoned with. His fun, however, attracted the attention of a sly old fox who was watching from behind a bush. The fox was initially alarmed, but as he observed the clumsy lion, something seemed off. The way it moved was a bit too awkward, a bit too donkey-like. The fox was puzzled but decided to watch a little longer. His curiosity piqued. Later that evening, filled with pride from his day of causing a ruckus, the donkey saw his master, the farmer, returning from the fields. In a final, foolish burst of arrogance, the donkey decided to give his own master a good scare. He hid behind a large haystack and waited. As the farmer walked past, the donkey leaped out with a mighty roar. Or, at least, he tried to roar. But what came out wasn't a terrifying, earth-shaking roar of a lion. Instead, out came his own familiar, unmistakable sound, a loud, braying hee-haw, hee-haw. The sound echoed across the valley. It was the most unlion-like sound imaginable. The fox, still watching nearby, burst out laughing. "Aha!" he chuckled to himself. "I knew it. A lion's skin can't hide a donkey's bray." The farmer, who had jumped in surprise, stopped and stared. He recognized that bray instantly. Peering closer, he saw the familiar ears of his donkey poking out from under the lion's mane. The farmer shook his head, half in amusement and half in annoyance. He walked over, grabbed a sturdy stick, and gave the foolish donkey a sound reminder of who he really was. The donkey, his pride completely shattered, brayed in dismay as he was led back to his stable, the lion skin dragging behind him in the dust. And so the donkey learned a very important lesson that day. You can dress up and pretend to be someone you're not, and you might even fool some people for a little while, but eventually your true nature will always reveal itself. True respect comes from being the best version of yourself, not from wearing a costume. Thank you so much for joining me for this story time. If you enjoyed this classic fable, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more tales and lessons. See you in the next video.